Welcome to Jeremiah's Porch Talks. This is where we take a few minutes and talk about leadership in life, right from my front porch here in Sykesville, Maryland. Rain or shine, this is a time for us to reflect, reset, and get ready for whatever comes next in our respective journeys. I'm Jeremiah. Thanks for joining me. Today, I want to talk about something that has quietly shaped every chapter of my life. And that's mentorship. For me, this began early in life with people at church, the Boys and Girls Club, to different coaches and various teams I was on, and so many others. But I'm not sure I totally understood the role until I got to college, when one of my professors named Chris took me under his wing. He challenged me with a view on life that was a different perspective. He built up areas of my life that I was already strong in to make me even better and more confident. And he helped me contend with some areas of pain in my life. The term mentor comes from Greek mythology. When Odysseus left for the Trojan War, he entrusted the care and guidance of his son, Telemachus, to a trusted friend named Mentor. But Mentor wasn't just a babysitter. He was a teacher, he was a coach, he was a wise counselor. And over time, that name became the symbol of someone who walks beside you to help you grow into who you're supposed to be. But what happens when you look around and you realize you don't have that? You don't have a mentor. You don't have an Odysseus backup plan. Here's what I've learned in different stages of my life. Mentors don't always show up in formal roles. They often start as curiosity-driven conversations. If you feel like you're flying solo, I'd say try one of these 3 steps. 1, get curious. Reach out to someone doing something that you admire and ask for 15 minutes, not for advice. Number 2, offer value. Sometimes people are willing to pour into you if you simply start by serving or asking thoughtful questions in an area that they are in. And number 3, start where you are. Look around. A mentor doesn't need to be on a stage. They could be sitting quietly at your job, in your community, or even right in your own family. Mentors can serve in a moment or for an extended period of time. I've received amazing counsel from folks that I've only spoken to once. But if that still doesn't turn anything up, I'm going to tell you, welcome to the cloud. Yes, I mean the actual cloud, because your mentors don't all have to know your name to change your life. This is where social media becomes your silent university. Studies show that we begin to mirror the behaviors and mindsets and habits of those that we spend the most time with, whether we know them personally or not. If you're consistently around low-performing mindsets, you'll start to absorb that energy. But if you're constantly consuming content from top performers, something in you begins to come alive in a way that you may never have experienced before. That's why I've built what I call a cloud of mentors. These are people that I may never actually meet, but they're shaping me every day. As an example, Cody Sanchez reminds me to be fearless and financially free-minded. Brene Brown and Simon Sinek challenge me to lead with vulnerability and empathy. Daniel Goleman sharpens how I understand what emotional intelligence is. And Steve Jobs challenges me to create and innovate passionately through simplicity, always thinking about the customer first. And here's the thing, you can build your own cloud of mentors. Use platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, or even Blue Sky, and follow those who speak to your respective purpose, not just your preferences. And make sure that you get divergent opinions from different people, because you don't want to create an echo chamber. Because you can curate your feed like a classroom, tailor-made for your benefit. Just imagine if you constantly surrounded yourself with people who encouraged you, built you, fed you, and taught you how to succeed. Chances are you'd be in a better position, because your feed is either fueling you for your future or it's distracting you from it. So here's our challenge. Be intentional. DM one person who inspires you and start building your cloud of mentors. Find someone who is ahead of you in life. Find someone beside you in the trenches, and someone behind you who could use your wisdom. That's how mentorship becomes full circle movement. Because in the end, teamwork really does make the dream work, and we rise faster when we rise together. That's it for today. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on Jeremiah's Porch Talks. Rain or shine, I'll see you next time. And always remember to keep the most important things the most important things.